All right, guys, welcome back to another video. I'm actually excited. We're still here at the owners meeting here in Fort Worth. I'm here with Melissa Lewis, who's right now in Miami, but you're about to open up in Fort Lauderdale in the next month or two.
Yeah, so our main goal, our push date is March 25th, but if not, it'll be March 5th or April 15th.
Okay, great. Well, first, thanks for being here. Thanks for doing this interview.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, a couple questions. First, I mean, it's just going to be super casual. What's your kind of story? Where'd you come from? How did you get here? And then, what are your kind of goals for?
Yeah, so I kind of have an interesting background. I started in the business when I was about 19. I was going to school full time, went to community college, also balanced a job, and then was also competing nationally on speech and debate. So then I was kind of doing those three things, and I worked at a retail store just doing, exchanges, returns. Really got tired of it. There was no growth, no opportunities. Minimum wage went up at the time, and in a manager position, I wanted, the raise adjustment.
Yeah.
And then they weren't able to cooperate with me, so I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I want to go out and find something else that will be able to help me in my career, build up towards my degree.
Right.
So then I sent out kind of blindly all these interviews, and then one finally picked up. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what Equilibrium is, but I'll just try it out and go to it. I've never done sales before. Went to it. I was like, oh, this is awesome. I like the atmosphere. I like the people. I liked the presence. I really liked Brandon. He just seemed like somebody who wanted to invest in people, but also at the same time, the office, it just felt like that there was this great atmosphere of being able to build people and grow there.
Yeah.
So the only hesitation was about commission, and then Brandon was like, listen, a lot of people that don't have experience are actually the ones that are the most successful, because they are the ones that are willing to learn everything from scratch. Not
a blank slate.
Right. You don't have any previous knowledge to go from, because you've done speech and debate, so I'm sure it'll be a good fit. And I was like, okay, cool. So then shortly after that, I was promoted to crew leader about 7 months, and then a month and a half later, we decided to make the journey out to Tampa, built a team there. Then the opportunity to come to Miami came about with ASPCA as our client, so I was like, absolutely, send me to Miami.
Yeah.
Tampa is quite small, and I was kind of over it, so then Miami, and then 4 months later, I got promoted to assistant owner, and then from now, planning my journey to Fort Lauderdale. So super exciting.
Very cool. And coming out of that office, is it just you, and you're taking
yeah, so I'm planning on bringing about 6 to 8 people. Tomas.
Yeah.
Tomas is going to be coming with me. I have 2 other, so I'm taking 3 first gens, 2 second gens, and then Angelo's actually bringing 2 of his first gens.
That's a solid team.
So we're bringing a little depth there. It's not too far from Miami, so about 45
Right,
minutes.
of course. So you'll still be close. You'll still be able to network between the offices and stuff like that. It's
Yeah, and
awesome.
Tomas's biggest goal right now is he wants to get to the sports division and all the singular products and stuff like that. So
No, that guy's gonna go pretty far too. So
absolutely.
Cool. So when I first met you, obviously there's just this whole reputation about you, and then we went to the rally, and then you won Sales Champion of the Year. And guys, for anybody who doesn't know who Melissa Lewis is, she's had this scoring streak, hasn't zeroed in 5 years or
2
something.
years, yeah.
So
it's a long time.
Yeah, and obviously there's kind of a learning curve, and it is a performance-based business. So how would somebody who's doing anywhere from 0 to 1, 2 pieces every single day, what was the switch for you that made you go from that to 2 to 4 pieces every day, and then just having that streak?
Yeah, I think a lot of people just have more, they try to focus on, all these doubts, well, what if somebody does, why am I waiting here for somebody, or this person's always going to say no, or they're kind of looking for the right person, and there is no right donor. And when you, exactly. And when you start to have that mentality, oh, I'm looking for, somebody that's drives a nice car, or they look like they're super interested in the cause, or that they're just very friendly and they're smiling. Nobody's naturally going to want to come and sign up to you, and if you do find that one person, it's going to be 1 out of a million.
Right.
But realistically, getting your averages from 0 to 2 and 2 to 4, it's all about your perception. So if I went to the field and I was like, yeah, I'm sure I'm only going to get 1 today, then obviously I was probably going to get 0 or 1. If I went to the field and I was like, you know what, I don't know who I'm going to meet today. I don't know what people I'm going to talk to. I don't know the conversations that I'm going to have with some people. I don't know where I'm going. I put all of those things into perspective, and when I get there, I'm like, this is what I'm given. I can't find people, then go find people yourself.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like you're tied down to that one spot. If you don't like it, go book another site, or find a solution for that.
Right.
That means that you maybe have to stay a little bit longer, or you have to try a little bit harder for those people that are coming out. Every day is different.
Yeah,
but the approach stays the same.
Right. Still that kind of, I don't know, but no matter what, I'm gonna go
Right,
to
and
11.
you know,
Yeah.
I've been at places where I've seen maybe 7 people all day long, but it doesn't matter. If I had 7 amazing conversations, I can still make sure I get 2 or 3 or 4 of those people to
Of
sign
course.
up.
Yeah.
The only excuse that you can't overturn is I can't afford it. I'm in between finances. I'm not sure if this is in my budget. Every other excuse you can overturn.
Right.
And
Cool.
that's just kind of like my just be persistent.
Right, exactly. Great. So obviously, on the road to assistant owner, and then obviously now in the next month, you're going to be opening up in Fort Lauderdale your own location.
Yep.
You learn a lot of things, right?
Yep.
And so I would say, what would kind of be your biggest lesson that maybe you've learned that kind of made you, I guess, all the wiser from on your journey to ownership?
I think the biggest thing now is that you don't ever want to underestimate somebody,
Right.
especially when you initially, everybody prejudges people, right? You have this image or this, you meet somebody and you're like, oh, okay, great, I can kind of base it off, your clothes or background or, whatever. People, it's just natural intuition.
Right.
But when you give people those chances to be able to succeed, they really just blow you away because all they wanted was somebody to be able to invest time into you and say, this is what you're doing, I want to help you,
Right.
let's work on this together. Your success is my success because if I can help you get there, naturally I'm going to get there as well.
Exactly.
So it's building a team and building a relationship with the people on your team and making them feel not just like a number. They're very important to you because they're your business partner, they're your friend,
Right.
And they're going to be somebody that you work with potentially forever.
Yeah. So it's like giving those kind of hidden winners a chance that they never had to win. But
Yeah.
I guess because somebody never took a chance on them.
I mean, it doesn't even have to necessarily be like, you could have a really sharp person, so obviously I'm going to think that naturally, oh, they're really sharp, so they're going to be great, and then later on they turn around and they're not actually that good. It's more so just looking at everybody with the same perspective. I'm going to invest 150% in you, and if you don't give me 150% back, that's okay, but I'm still going to give you 150%
Right.
to each person because you never want them to walk away. You never want to have that feeling of, oh, what if I did that? And then they stayed longer. What if I did that and they, end up being a crew leader, an assistant owner? You never know. So you just treat people with the same, effort every time.
I love it. Cool. So for my last question, and I'm sure this is something that a lot of people who are watching this video, because everybody that's watching this video, they're wanting to get better.
Okay.
Right. And
absolutely.
most people are going to be leaders who want to build a crew, build a business, and get their own location, and really from there go kind of exponentially. So for somebody who wants to build, what is something that they should be doing, and if they're not doing, what is something that they should start doing right now?
Yeah, I think that when I first started, I look back at it, I was more on the let me just watch first.
Okay.
And I wasn't as hands-on, but I think that when you want to build a team, be really, really, really annoying to your mentors and like to your leaders. And what I mean by annoying, it should be considered positively because you want to bug, for instance, like Kyle or Chris Rudge or Chris New York. It's like, hey, what can I do? Hey, can I get a new start? Hey, can I train? Hey, can I do all these things? Like, oh, what are you doing? Can I see account balances? Can I, learn how to do sites? Can I learn how to do recruitment? Just continue to always ask to do those things because when you kind of have that effort of like, oh, I'm just kind of here in the motions, more so watching.
Right.
You're actually delaying it. Build a great networking team where, you have an amazing office, but it's not a fishbowl, right? You more so people just think about, oh, these are the people in my office. These are who I can network because I see them every single day.
Right.
Our business is an aquarium with a lot of different other fish in it.
Yeah.
So go around. You can take something from somebody that you meet on their first day, and you can take something from somebody that you've known for the last 2 or 3 years.
Right. Cool. Great. So guys, if you ever are in a setting where you get to meet Melissa Lewis, definitely pick her brain. She's somebody who's obviously open to helping people.
Absolutely.
Because this is a people helping people kind of business.
All you gotta do is just ask.
Yeah. And so obviously, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. So, so thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
this.
Nick.
And so, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be posting more videos, of course, not always on Wednesdays with the Wisdom Wednesday, but also even more as we get more content and I get the opportunity to speak to more individuals just like Mel and like Jimmy. And so guys, as always, remember who you are and what you stand for because you are a leader and everybody's watching. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.